Bro, what the fuck?
Whoa!
Yeah. Babe. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the top. Baby said that she in love and she don't love the lie. Been chillin' with all the bros, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good. I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say no, what you saying, baby? I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting. Yeah, I can see the top, I wanna touch it. Yeah, we been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussy. Yeah, hey, I like the cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on her. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on her. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on her. Yeah, and I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the right thing. Yeah, to the nice end, yeah, to the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love was all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Still the Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the edge of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just get a lot of love on the west side. I'm the go, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like I'm Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
Welcome to the 90th episode ever of Raw at the Talk Sports Podcast, Season 2, Episode 36. Boys, we're 10 episodes away from 100 on the dot.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that, eh?
Just saying. But I'm McDilly. We got Snoop Luke right above me. Diagonally to the top other left corner, we have Tycho. And then directly across, it's the Wander. Boys, how are we doing today?
We're doing good. Memorial Day weekend. Excited. Don't have to work Monday, so automatically waking up this morning, I'm in a good mood. Don't have to worry about shit today, tomorrow, or Monday. Tuesday, probably going to suck. But, hey, 3-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend. We got a lot of baseball to bet on today, so woke up feeling good. Luke, how about you?
Feeling good. Been up for about an hour now. Feeling good for the podcast. Ready, set. Let's get going.
Jesse, how about you? How'd you wake up this morning? I know you told me you already slept like shit, so how you doing?
I for those who don't know, I don't sleep for shit most of the time. So if I have a bad night of sleep, that means it was a rough night of sleep. But aside from that, I'm doing good. I'm 1 win away from being 500 in the show, so that's cool.
That's very cool. Luke's undefeated.
Come to me.
We got some NFL to talk about. Dylan, I do have a Madden ranking of all the quarterbacks. So although that one list is not out yet, I do have a Madden list to compare to because I know that you're interested in Kirk Cousins. So we'll talk about that today. We have an NBA playoff update, an NHL playoff update, an MLB update, and kind of just an Orioles update because what the fluff is going on there? The Orioles are cooking. And we have some NFL news with Colin Kaepernick and some other extra NFL news on top of a possible contract. And other than that, we have a little bit of UFC, just a little bit. So we're going to start off with a little bit of UFC. We're going to get that dive into the NBA and NHL and wrap it up with the extra stuff after. We got some clips for you as well. We'll get into it right now, starting with UFC. Here we go. Luke?
Yes.
It ain't what you do, I'm talking in guap, now I'm speaking in fluent. When I hit the road, I won't leave till I do it. Acting out of hand, I'm like, be what you doing. We started off good, can't believe that we ruined it, yeah. I tried to fix with a sewing kid, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah. I tried to fix it, you know I did, yeah.
Well, all right. Well, it says UFC news, but really it's just a bunch of fight announcements that have been announced.
Facts.
Because we have Felice Herrig going up against Karolina Kowalkiewicz June 4th at UFC Fight Night.
Do we care? Is that one we care about?
Not as much
Okay.
at the moment.
All right, for sure. Could there end up being something that you care about?
That's the only one I saw announced that I didn't care about. I'll be honest.
Okay.
This one, you're gonna have to look more into that one. We got Arman Sarukian going up against Matsut Gamrat.
Never mind. I didn't know this one was a thing either.
Yeah, this is the other one though.
Sounds extraterrestrial to me, man.
But I can't skip a fight announcement. They gotta be announced, okay? So I don't give a fuck if it's a big fight, little fight, big name, little name. We're saying it.
You're not street fights too? You just walk down the road.
It's UFC, yes.
All right, as long as they're not boxing.
Next up, we got Caitlin Chukagian going up against Menon Firat.
There we go. There's a fight I give a fuck about.
There
Why?
it is, because Caitlin is fighting again.
Because I just like Caitlyn. That's the biggest reason why.
We love to see Caitlin fight.
Understandable.
Don't know who she's fighting. I'm gonna be
I don't know
I
who
honest.
she
didn't tell you, but I feel bad for her because she's about to whoop their ass.
Facts.
Okay.
Next up, we got Anthony Pettis going up against Stevie Ray, June
Here we go.
24th.
You know, I'm just happy they gave you two names you didn't have to struggle to pronounce that time.
I think Stevie Ray's getting knocked
I will
out.
say this isn't the
Oh, he
UFC,
might.
but this is PFL 5, but it is Anthony Pettis, so I couldn't not say it.
That's the only. I didn't think it was UFC either because
I was kind of slightly
He
confused.
still fights in the UFC.
Yeah, I thought
We'll allow it. It's a new fight, is it not?
It's
It
a new
is.
fight. I'll watch Anthony.
Right, Dylan? Hey, you heard the man. Big fight, little fight. Looks like,
Hey man, I'm here for all the fights.
Next up, we got Jordan Levitt going up against Patty, the Patty Pimlet,
I love this one
June
because
23rd.
I was able to watch film on this Jordan guy, and he's good. He isn't
No,
just
he's
some guy
good.
that I think Patty's gonna be able to walk in and just fuck with in London. He's 10-1, and he's a really good fighter.
No, he is a good fighter. He's going to be Patty's biggest challenge yet. I think he can push past it because he's Patty the fucking Patty, damn it.
Plus,
Nobody's gonna ride for this man.
isn't he from the UK and the fights in
Yeah.
London?
Another London
So
Yeah.
fight.
it's his setup like McGregor almost.
Yes, because
Yeah.
the UFC is very invested in this man because they realize
is,
that there's a lot of hype around him.
This is back-to-back
sure.
London fights for this man. This man rolls in London.
He makes
I
that
was gonna say,
money.
I was gonna ask if this just happened because I feel like I just watched him in London. But hey, if he's rolling in London and it's bringing in the money, Daniel will do it. So I like it. Plug him in.
And we love London crowd, so I love it.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, the last fight we have is kind of more news, but is just a rescheduling of a fight because Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold has been moved to August 20th. There has not been a reason out yet why, but the fans are
Interesting.
speculating this fight is just never going to happen.
I don't understand why. Like, did they signed the contract to fight, right?
Yeah, well, someone might have got hurt or something, but there hasn't been. I was looking for
was just
something, and
always
nothing has
something that
came
comes
out
up.
yet.
Is this the first time it's been rescheduled or the second time?
I couldn't tell you, but I'm pretty sure this is only the first time.
Okay.
saw-
I think it was just they're just not actually getting to the fight.
Okay. All right, that makes sense.
I saw videos yesterday of Rockhold at Khabib's training camp practicing grappling with him, which I think is just funny because Khabib once said that when it comes to grappling, another word for easy would just be Luke Rockholding.
Damn. Wow. That's brutal. Take it with a grain of salt. At least your name's in his mouth. At least he knows who you are.
And Luke, we have one more fight that was announced, by the way. I don't know if you peeped, but that boy Brian T. City Ortega is fighting Yair Rodriguez on July 16th in Long Island, baby.
I do have it, but it didn't make it into the notes where I have the fights announced. Like I have it elsewhere, but I didn't put it in the notes. But fuck.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, but this is gonna be a fight. I'm actually really excited for this.
That one was for you, Luke.
Oh, I thought it was for Jesse.
That one was for you.
I thought it was for the Wanderer.
All right, moving on in the news for Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. Today we have the NBA playoff update. Oh, is something going down here?
I don't know.
Should I pause? You guys.
My face wasn't here. Say it again.
I don't know. He played a clip.
I saw the clip.
I don't know. This is awkward now because I was just joking around, just saying I thought it was for Jesse because he was the only one not in the pod at the moment.
That's what I thought.
You know what time it is, right?
I'm down for beef, but there's really no reason for beef at the moment because I said nothing that caused beef. Because I only said you because you weren't in the pod.
That dude got fucking knocked.
You know what time it is, right?
Where the fuck did you find that? Oh my god, that dude was like 400 pounds. I know that was the only swing he needed too.
You know what time it is, right?
That's great, man.
That comes from the depths of Twitter. When I was just perusing Twitter this morning, I was like, I gotta throw this in there.
Shit.
That fight's actually a 3.5 minute long clip. It was 2-on-1. The one was the guy that knocked him out. He was by himself. He got punched in the face like 55 times and was unfazed. But that's irregardless of anything. I just had to throw that in there at some point during this podcast because I thought it was funny. Anyways, NBA playoff update. Celtics and Heat. We'll start here. Going to Game 7. Luke, Boston is in the hot seat. How do you think Game 7 is going to fare for Boston?
Boston's gonna march on into the Heat. They're gonna be like, "This is our game. We're winning this one. We're gonna fucking kill you." Tatum's gonna be like, "I'm gonna start fucking actually shooting and making some baskets."
He had 30 points.
Consistently.
I have no idea.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm not gonna lie.
I have no idea. I have no idea which he's going to show up, which Celtics are going to show up, who the hell's going to win. I couldn't tell you a damn thing. All I can tell you is that Tatum will have 25 and Butler will have like 35.
Boston's not showing up. Boston's showing up.
Yeah, but is Jimmy Butler going to show up? Because that's the main man that everyone needs to be talking about. The man had 47 points the other night, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and was the sole reason Miami won that game.
And it's a good thing you bring that up, Dylan, because the clip that we have here is the post-game clip from after that game with Kyle Lowry in the press conference when asked about Jimmy Butler's performance.
You made a bit of a face when Jimmy said he had a decent game. So how would you describe Jimmy's game?
It's fucking incredible. My bad. Listen, don't find me NBA. That was by mistake. That was really by mistake. I promise.
Definitely find him. Y'all find me all the time. Find him.
Please.
He knew the second he said it, he fucked up. But if you think about it, I believe that he didn't need to because, I mean, anybody in that position would be like, He played fucking amazing. He had 47
Yeah.
points. He was the reason we won.
Incredible.
Like,
You guys saw what I saw. It's fucking insane.
I think Jimmy Butler is the main guy that his performance is going to dictate whether this game goes. Now, Tatum and Brown, they can overpower him. If they do better and they're each putting up 30 pieces and they're balling, those two, let alone, could just beat Jimmy B because I think Hero's still going to be out. Bam Adebayo had a fucking goose egg going into halftime yesterday. So I'm really not looking at anybody on that team to help him except for Strauss.
But can Bam really do that terrible 4 games in a row?
Yes, he has.
Well,
Not
He's had
this playoff.
slumps, and he's had slumps in the regular season that have been well worse than this.
Listen,
Don't
get me wrong. Regular season, Bam has been anything but Bam. But I feel like Game 7, home crowd, you had 3 bad games in a row. You really got the mentality to have another bad game?
He won't take more than 6 shots a game, Jesse.
But if he makes 5, that's okay.
It is, but at the same time, the thing is it would be different if he wasn't – okay, he's playing 41 minutes, right? And he's taking 6 shots a game.
How many boards does he have?
He had 9 last game, and then the game before that, I want to say he had less.
See, I need at least 10.
He had 9 again.
I need at least 10. He bullshit.
And then he had 6. So it's not getting – it's getting better, actually. It's going from 6, 9, 9. So now you got to get 10.
See what happens.
This game is the hardest game to predict, I will say, because nobody knows what's going to happen. All I would guess is whoever's winning in, like, the first quarter, pick them to fucking win. The lead's probably not going to win.
These teams have just been consistent, especially in this series.
It's really looking like whoever wins this game, it's basically just set up to get smashed by the Warriors. I'm not going to lie.
They'll be
Try to make the most of it. Come back, bottle this up. Everybody make the right strides, take advantage of the summer, and don't want to see us next year.
And I can put you in. I can put you in. Hop in her, throw up the sex in her. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
It'd be so much easier to like every best team in the league if Tyler wasn't a fan of them. Like, who's the best team in the league? The Rams. Oh, Tyler's the biggest fan of them. Who's the best team in the league right now? The Warriors. Oh, Tyler's the biggest fan of them. Seems a little bandwagony, but we'll move on.
You know, I happen to pick players. I picked Curry, and I happened to have Stafford move to the best team in football. That was out of unfortunate
The Rams
coincidence for
is
you.
a little less.
That was unfortunate coincidence. I am not a big basketball guy. I like the guys that shoot 3-pointers, not as much as the guys that fucking slam dunk and shit. And so I picked the best 3-point shooter, and he happens to be on one of the best teams. So when it comes to those two instances, I apologize. But same time, I will
It's
not
like
take
Luke
my
because he's a Tampa fan. Why can't you guys just root for shitty teams? Fuck.
Why do you just want to root for shitty teams is the real question at the end of the day.
Dylan,
Yeah, like why be a Titans fan?
Dylan, if you told Luka to chill the fuck out, then the Suns would have moved on and dethroned
The
Steph
Suns would have not
Curry
swept.
and completed the prophecy, and you wouldn't be this mad.
The Suns wouldn't have done shit. They would have lost. They just might have won one more game, but they were not
Suns would have
ready.
taken it in 4.
No.
You
We're
guys
not gonna
didn't
have
even
this
beat
what
Luka.
if conversation. This isn't
Game
Marvel.
seven.
Suns would have taken it in 4.
Booker.
It would have got really hot. It would have got over. It would have got
You
triple
had
digits.
your whole team.
It would have got triple
had your
digits
whole
in
team.
Fahrenheit.
At least for me, my star player got injured, so I'm not a part of this.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. But y'all fucking lost. Imagine being a Wild fan. Imagine being a Minnesota Wild fan and thinking
Hey,
you
they
guys were
made
actually going to do
playoffs.
something in the playoffs
Well,
this year,
Kraken.
and you lost round 1 because the Wild are shit and will always be mediocre, middle of the line, inconsistent. When I think of the Wild, you know what I think of? Nah. I don't think of anything because they're not
Hey.
shit. They're absolute dog shit.
Fuck off,
Hey,
Bowler.
Zach.
Fuck
Zach.
off, Bowler.
Zach, hey, he chose the wrong new team to back up because Vegas, they made a big mean push in playoffs, and what did the Kraken do? They stayed at the bottom of the leaderboard. They didn't do shit their
What
first
did
year.
Minnesota do?
They made
Lost
it to
round one.
playoffs.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear anything. Kraken isn't going to the Cup, and neither is the Wild. So we're on the same fucking level, bitch.
At least they have a chance to play for it.
They are bottom of the barrel, but I would rather start from the bottom and work my way up than just be consistently mediocre.
Well, if you're at the bottom of the barrel, you can't get any lower. So your only option is to go up.
That's what the Wild are. When you think of the Wild, you think, they got some people, but they're not going to.
All right. To wrap this up, yes, Luka and your Mavs are gone. They got bodied. Yes, Luke, your Suns have been gone. At least the Mavs made it another round.
Revenge tour times 2
Chris
next
Paul will
season,
never win a ring,
baby.
and I'm not done.
Zach picked the wrong time to make that Kraken.
Chris Paul will never win a ring. The Warriors have advanced and will get another ring. That is the end of discussion. Let's keep it a buck here. I wrapped it up. Sorry, Luke, your Suns suck. Luka tried his hardest, but he doesn't.
Suns revenge tour, baby.
Oh, revenge tour
Suns
part 3.
revenge
Are you
tour.
fucking
It's not
kidding me?
happening.
Part 3.
Part 3, baby.
Shut up.
Let's go. Let's go. The prophecy's going to be completed. 2023.
When Chris Paul is injured most of the year because he's old as fuck. And Devin
All right, fellas. So the moral of the story: Warriors advance. They go on to the finals. They play the winner of Game 7 of Boston and Miami, which will happen tomorrow night. And so then we get Warriors versus someone in the finals. So we find out
Warriors in 5
this weekend.
I don't care who it is.
Next thing you know, we move into the NHL playoffs. So NHL playoff update. The Wild are no longer in it, as Dylan already mentioned, and mentions almost every podcast now because he has to. He feels triggered.
Zach has to keep talking shit to me.
Anyways, so McDavid has sent the Oilers to the next round in the Battle of Alberta with his overtime winner, his first playoff overtime winner of his career, and it sends them to the next round. The Battle of Alberta is over. I don't know if you guys saw the fan reaction from Alberta, from like Edmonton or whatever, like outside, but they were going nuts. Finally, the Oilers are looking like they're cooking, and the NHL's best player is showing that he can do it when he needs to in the playoffs right now. And I think the Oilers are looking really good, and that this next matchup that they have against Colorado is going to be insanely good. It's going to be a wild series.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. This is speed versus speed, but here's the thing. In the last round, they were going up against a team that had a very questionable fucking goalie, almost no defense, and now Colorado, they have a good-ass goalie, and they have defense. And the Oilers still have no defense.
I don't think Edmonton has a chance.
And their goalie situation is fucking horrid.
Edmonton doesn't have a goal. Edmonton doesn't have goalies. Colorado can score whenever they want. Edmonton doesn't have defense. Colorado at least has good defense. And yes, they both have high scoring offenses, but I feel like at the end of the day, Colorado is just going to Colorado at 5.
Nothing more than I don't think there's ever more of a Detroit fan in me more that's going to just say what I'm about to say. But I can't see Colorado in a cup. I can't. It will make me upset. And if I see Colorado and Tampa in a cup, oh boy, it's going to be hard to watch.
It'll be Colorado versus the Canes.
So I really am honestly rooting for Edmonton in this one, and I hope that they pull it off.
That's what you think.
That's what I hope. That's what I hope. I hope Tampa is in the cup.
Actually, you want to hear something crazy about our bracket challenge league? If the Canes beat the Rangers and move on, me and the series between Tampa and Canes decides the winner of that league between me and you, Dylan.
Here's a look at Luke's for a quick
I have
update.
Avalanche Oilers in mine.
But if the Rangers beat the
Dylan?
Canes, Bookie takes it.
Oh.
Or no, Brooksy takes it, not Bookie. Brooksy.
Okay, bet. I like that.
Here's a quick update there. Carolina advances their lead in the series.
We're gonna win in 7.
3-2.
We can't win on
Then they go on the road. Game 6 tonight. Dylan, I'll start with you. You obviously know what you think is going to happen.
Dude, okay. I think we're gonna fucking win in 7 because we can't win a game on the road. But I honestly, honest to God, I think we'll win in 6. I think this will be the first road win that we have in New York, and I think we need to win a fucking away game in Madison Square Garden against that shitty crowd and prep ourselves for Tampa because they got the biggest stadium in the NHL and they're gonna be loud. So get this win on the road.
I think they're gonna win in 7 because they can't win away, but I think they're gonna win in 6. Okay, Dylan.
Okay. I meant to say I want them to win in 6 so bad, but look at statistics. They can't win a fucking road game in the playoffs. They're 6-0 at home and 0-6 on the road. I mean 7-0 at home and 0-6 on the road.
Yeah, that's
Like,
brutal.
what the fuck?
They'll win.
You know what's
Come on.
crazy? If they
3-2.
do get past this, if they do get past the Rangers, it's probably going to go to Game 7 because they can't win on the road. They're going up against a team that can win on the road and at home.
If it goes to 7, I'm taking the Rangers, boys. I'm not going to cap.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Taking the Rangers
close
if
out.
it goes to
Yeah,
7.
because they're going to have the momentum from
The
Game
Rangers-
6.
The Rangers just came off a Game 7 dub. I think they're going to take this one to 7, and they're going to win it too if it goes to 7. I think Carolina needs to win it tonight, or they're not winning the series.
I mean, you look at it, the Blues had the same momentum shift, and it was going good for them until 5 seconds left in the game, obviously.
Can we stop talking about the other series and we should talk about the last Carolina series? This is what happened last time. It was Game 6, they had 3-2 lead, they went in the away, then they
Well,
lost.
not when we're making
At home.
comparisons.
If we're gonna make a comparison of any of those series, let's talk about.
But am
the
I going to make
Carolina
comparisons to the teams that aren't playing in playoffs, that are out of the league?
series. Carolina's in playoffs.
The league.
Well, yeah, but if you're going to compare Carolina to another team, you can't compare Carolina to Carolina. What are you
I'm
saying?
saying compare to Carolina's last series. This is exactly how it went last time. So
Yeah.
why do you think that it's not going to go that way again? Why do you think it's going to go different?
Because of the way that the New York series went.
Okay.
Who's saying it doesn't? If both of those series went the same way they did last time, both of these teams would win Game 7, and that can't happen, Dylan. So that's why.
Okay.
Both of these teams won their last series in Game 7, so both of these teams can't redo that.
Obviously, Tyler, no shit.
Right. So that's why I drew the comparison from the Rangers series for my theory on Game 7, the same way you drew your theory from the last series of Carolina to this Game 7.
Okay.
And then you proceeded to question it.
Yeah, I was questioning.
So now there's your
When you explained it, you made me look stupid.
You are stupid.
Because you realize how stupid you questioning it was.
Because it made sense. But anyways,
set up.
we'll let you not look stupid here, or maybe you'll find a way to fuck it up. I'm not sure, to
I'm
be
a
honest with
fucking
you.
genius.
But the MLB update is something you normally can't screw up, so let's see.
No, I never screw up the MLB update because I'm the only one that really has the fucking news for the MLB update. But when it comes to the MLB update, let's just start with the team that we talked about last time, and Tyler already previously mentioned them a little bit earlier, and that is the Baltimore Orioles. Because for whatever reason, like I mentioned before, they're the most lovable, shitty team in the history of sports. They were in. Thank you, Tyler. They were in Fenway Park the other day, and Baltimore decided that even though they were losing 6-0, doesn't really mean shit because they were going to come back in the 8th inning. They were going to score 9 runs in the next 2 innings, and they went on to win that game 9-8. So
That
even when
sounds
they're
casual
not at
for
home,
Baltimore. Are you fucking shitting me?
even when
Anyways.
they're not at home, they're getting these big momentum, comeback, walk off.
Ever since they played the Tigers, too.
Yeah, bro. We
What
beat
the
them,
hell?
and then they started rolling. Now we just need to get swept by another shitty team. Hopefully shit happens. But Baltimore is going absolutely crazy right now, and it's exciting, but at the same time, you got to ask yourself, how long until it wears off? That's just all I'm saying. But this is fucking ridiculous. Okay, so there was a pre-game altercation between the Reds and the Giants, and it was between Tommy Pham and Jock Peterson. And the entire fight stemmed from a fantasy football league incident. And Jock Peterson, it took him 2 minutes and 30 seconds to explain a 30-second story. So don't watch that after-game press conference. I had to do it for all of you. It's hell to get through. Here's essentially what happened. Jock Peterson and Tommy Pham were in the same fantasy football league, and there was a situation where Jock Peterson had somebody that was on the IR, so he dropped him, picked up somebody else, and then Tommy Pham said, you can't do that. That's like against the rules. Like, you have to have everybody on the team. And then once a certain point hits in the season, then you can start getting people, or then you can start releasing and getting, and I guess Jock didn't wait till that certain point yet. So Tommy thought he was just like fucking with him. And then apparently when they met in person, Jock was basically playing the game of like, oh, I didn't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. And Tommy was like, that's bullshit. So Tommy Pham, I just want to point out that I hate Tommy Pham before the incident because he's the same little bitch that left the fucking Padres last year because he wanted to be the star of a team and then went to the Reds and hits under fucking 200 now. So I just don't like Tommy Pham in general. He walks up to Jock Peterson and slaps him across the face, creating a pregame altercation where both men had to be separated and taken away from each other before the game could start, all over a fantasy football league incident. I want to know what you guys feel about this.
Hey, shit. You know, I mean, rules are rules for a reason, man. Catch these. I don't know.
They must have a lot of money on
All I got to say is, like, man, if those are the rules, those are the rules. But, like, you know, like, follow the rules. I don't know. There's really not a lot else to say there other than, like, buddy, pal, follow the rules. Like, you know, like, you signed up for it, right?
You got to know the rules, man. And plus,
but also,
a lot of
why
money.
are they talking about fantasy football right now?
Yeah, fantasy's not.
What? Why is that relevant now? I don't understand. Clearly, it's a dynasty league, but whatever. With that being said, we'll kick off into NFL news now.
Player of the week.
Oh, that's right. Player of the week. Okay, Dylan, player of the week.
Player of the week is that boy, former MVP Mookie Betts from the Los Angeles Dodgers. He has been playing unreal baseball and is currently, right now, on track to tie the MLB record in runs scored in a single season. So he gets on base all the time, and he has people that are consistently hitting him home. In the past 7 games, he has 13 hits, 11 runs, 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, and his slugging is over 1,000. His on-base percentage is over 600, and he's batting 500 batting average. Mookie's on fucking fire right now.
Yeah, he is. It sounds like it. But with that being said, now we will get into the NFL news. Mookie Betts, congratulations. You're Dylan's player of the week. Next up, the door is open for Colin Kaepernick.
It's cracked.
It's there's a sliver, like slightly more than the sliver that you can already see before the doors even actually opened. You know, sometimes some doors you can already see a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit more than that because that's shut. But he finally got a workout, and he got a workout with Jesse's team, and it went well. How are we perceiving that? That being said,
it went well enough for 2 more teams to want a workout with Kaepernick.
That's true. That's very true. And keep in mind, on that Raiders thing in 2019, their GM was the guy who basically said we would be really open to having Kaepernick. And if you think of any big things in the NFL, like first Mexican head coach or first black head coach, or just barrier breakers,
or the John Madden situation with the guy that never.
It's like Raiders love being the people to do that. So if
they like doing things first,
anywhere, I could see it being the Raiders.
I mean, but
Raiders are such a controversial team; they don't even care.
If Kaepernick gets picked up, and then Kaepernick plays, and then Kaepernick plays good, is that going to be problematic for the league? Like, is it
yes.
People just hoeing Colin Kaepernick for what he did?
Because they just wasted 6 years of this man's life.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why it's problematic. I think the NFL would take some heat.
Either way, if he comes back and let's look at it both sides. Because even if he comes back and he sucks ass, all those stupid, old whiter people that were angry that he was coming back in the league in the first place are going to be like, well, maybe if he didn't have that fucking stamp. They're going to try to make it political, bro. And that's what I hate.
That's why he's been out of it for so long. It's because sports and politics do not mix. When you are a sports player, like you're an entertainer, people a lot of times watch sports and stuff to stay away from politics. And so when you bring politics into sports, it really divides the fans, and that's not what they want. So they try to keep it politics as far away from sports as possible.
And that's the thing.
That's why that's a lot of the reason why he's been out for so long.
The second you bring Kaepernick in, it's going to become a situation where you're going to be put in a red or blue box off of your opinion. No matter what you say.
You don't want problems in the locker room with red and blue stances and shit, having locker room problems.
Think of all the people that could be talking about Kaepernick, and we know it's not political. We could have a whole conversation on here, but anyone else could just look at that bitch and put us in a red or a blue category just off of what we're saying.
Based on our opinion on the situation.
Exactly, and that's what sucks.
It immediately, we get put into, so this is how you feel, so you support this, and this, so you're left, you're right side, this is your political stance. No, this is not political. We don't talk politics on here. We try our best not to. If you choose to put us in a box, that is your doing. I don't even fucking vote, so.
I'm not even old enough.
No, you're not. But next up, we got Travis Kelce. Dumped? Is he too cheap?
He's a
that's my money.
He's a W, bro. W-mans.
Tell the situation.
So Travis Kelce and his girlfriend broke up, and the reasoning for why they broke up, in my opinion, is some of, I don't want to say it's baller, but it's kind of fucking baller. So Travis Kelce and his girlfriend broke up because he made her pay half of the bills. They split it 50-50, and he only gave her $100 the entire time that they were together. I ain't gonna lie, that's some legend shit. He said, I don't give a fuck how many Super Bowls I won. I don't give a fuck how much money I'm making. We are 50-50. We pay both the bills. If you need some money, I'll give you some money, but you're not getting a lot. And we're going to call a spade a spade. She was mad about it because she probably assumes you make a lot more money. You're not giving a whole lot to me. Kelce said, bro, I got priorities. I'll spend my money on me and who I want to spend it on. That's how I feel. I think it's going to be
shit. I mean, there was no ring on it. I mean,
facts.
I don't gotta stuff. This is my money. I'm out here killing my body for this money. So
it's 50.
Well, look. There's a reason that she doesn't have a lot of space to, call Travis Kelce cheap here. Because Travis Kelce's girlfriend, apart from hosting for the NBA, BET, Global Grind, Hot New Hip Hop, XO Nicole, All Def Digital, as well as Ball is Life's Heat Check, she's also been a courtside reporter for the Lakers, and she works for Fashion Revere, a fashion magazine, and has her own business niche, Kayla Nicole TV. So she's making enough money, doing enough shit to where you guys both live expensive lifestyles, but you're both able to afford it. So if you're going to be together and go half and half on things, I think it's very, very fair, especially considering all of those things that she has been doing.
She wanted to get spoiled, and she wasn't getting spoiled like she wanted to.
Well, you should have dated Patrick Mahomes instead.
Oh, fuck,
you were too late to the party.
No. Brittany, god damn.
Well, she wants the $500 million contract, is what it sounds like. So she should have got to Patrick first, is what I'm hearing.
Instead of Brittany?
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
Who knows? Maybe we'd hear less from her, because I don't ever hear anything from Travis Kelce's girlfriend.
Can we just get somebody? Can we get somebody to start dating Jackson Mahomes and then just have them move out of America and just never hear from him again?
Yeah, get him a European girlie. There we go.
Thanks, bro.
So Lamar Jackson has also been brought up in recent news, having some problems with OTAs. Dylan, what's the question for the group here? Eh? And tell the people what is going on with OTAs before you ask the question.
I will.
For those that don't understand.
And then I sent you this because I had a question that followed what was said. So Lamar Jackson, Well, first off, it was previously addressed that Lamar Jackson was basically getting criticism on, ESPN and NFL Network because he wasn't showing up to the voluntary workouts. And Lamar then tweeted and said, Lamar wants to be Lamar. This part of OTAs is voluntary, my guy. I will not be there, just on your watch. It's probably the other quarterbacks that are also not attending the voluntary OTAs, but since it's Lamar, it becomes a huge deal. Please find something else to talk about. And he's rolling his eyes. So, here was my question to you guys. At what point, now don't think of rookie quarterbacks. At what point in your career do you think you hit a point where you can start missing voluntary and it's not a big thing for your offense?
Look, all I'm saying is it really depends on, in my opinion, it depends on your career path. If you're Lamar Jackson and you're 2 years in and you're the league MVP already, yeah, I think you got a little bit of leeway. But, if you're like 4 or 5 years in the league, and, maybe you made the playoffs once or twice, but, you haven't like taken the world by storm, like you should be there for sure. But like, if they hand you a league MVP, I think that automatically grants you a little bit of leeway on an OTA situation, in my opinion.
I don't even think Joe Burrow should be showing up to OTAs. I'm gonna keep it above. I mean, it's voluntary, but at the same time, a backup, you probably need it. I don't. I'll be at practice. That's how I feel. It's not the deepest of things in the world.
No, I think there's a lot bigger issue.
I think they give it too much attention.
I agree with Lamar. I think that the fact that Lamar is the name that he is, it probably is the whole reason why there's even a report on this. I think that if it was anyone else with a bigger or the less higher caliber name or wasn't really as talked about as much, like let's say this was Tua, I really don't think this would be a story.
No, I have to agree with that. I think it would be definitely less of a story if it was just Tua, but
he needs to get his ass at OTAs.
Yeah, he does. He can't miss OTAs.
He's got to be there.
He can't skip.
Talking about another player here, we got Njoku earning an extension worth $56.8 million.
How do we feel? 4 years?
Njoku, when he's good, plays, he's a dog. But you know how many times Hooper gets out there to where I'm like, geez, this is a lot of money to pay a guy that he was healthy and you were willingly sitting him.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't know if that means that there's talks that they might not have Hooper. I'm not sure if they just wanted to lock down Njoku for sure, or if they really think that they like what they got there and they're gonna. You know what? Maybe Deshaun said something.
That's that Duncan Robinson paycheck.
Maybe Deshaun said something. That's what I'm gonna go with.
That is a great analogy.
But I'm guessing Deshaun said, I like that guy. You're keeping that guy. He said, okay, we're keeping that guy.
Deshaun probably had a bigger impact on the decision. Is he going to be like more of a LeBron type? Is he going to have most of the impact in the decisions now on his team ever since this fucking trip?
If he ball.
Yeah.
Good.
If he balls like he's supposed to, yeah, definitely. I think he will.
I mean,
but we do have a little bit more news to talk about, just going back from the playoff update. A couple of NBA, just regular NBA news things. Also, we did not talk about this, but Curry did win the Western Conference Finals MVP. I think it's pretty obvious that he would. He's been making highlight reel plays every single game, so makes sense. Props to Curry. Shout out Curry, favorite player. All right, Jokic is going to stay in Denver. Dylan sent me this. It's apparently the $260 million contract was talked about with Denver and his brothers, who I believe are his managers or agents, rather.
Correct.
And he plans on staying in Denver. Is this good for Denver? Yes. Is this good for Jokic, though? That's the question I have for you guys.
Yeah, I think so, because I think that if you look at a player like Jokic, it's a lot easier to build around a big man than it is around a point guard, because Jokic is a big man, and we know that his one other asset – we just talked about this last week. They have players. They have MPJ. They have fucking Jamal if he's healthy.
But they can't get past certain points.
Correct. But the thing is I think if you have a team that stays healthy, and I don't know if I would say that you have a third with Jamal and Jokic, but if you could get rid of MPJ to get a better player, that's the only thing that I would look at that Jesse might even be like, whoa, but I would even start looking at, because you have a lot of really good role players that other teams could use. If you can get a third with Jamal, who we don't know how he's going to do injury next year, and somebody with Jokic, so you'll always have a two, and Jokic will never be huffing and puffing like the big bad wolf in the playoffs again, I think that's a good idea.
He's kind of goofy looking when he starts huffing and puffing. Let's bring Jesse in here, though, and see what Jesse thinks about your opinion there.
I'm not taking away MPJ.
You're not taking away a role player to get help for Jokic.
I'm not trading MPJ. You want to know why I'm not trading MPJ?
Why?
Because MPJ has a stupid high potential. His issue is injuries. And yes, I understand that. They need to give this nigga more fish oil, more fucking joint relief pain. They got to fix him. And I think they can. It's just going to be because I'm pretty sure it's his third year, maybe fourth. But I just feel like his ceiling is so high.
I'm getting a FaceTime call from Nick Ferrante on my iPhone when I don't have Nick Ferrante's number. That's so weird.
Like, I like Jokic. I like Jokic staying with the Nuggets, and
All right,
got to get him some help.
It was. Sorry.
They just got to get that man some help, like off the bench. I don't think their bench runs deep enough.
They don't have anybody that comes off the bench that does anything, and if they would have, Jokic would have been able to sit a little bit.
Yeah, they need some bench depth, and they just need their guys to stay healthy.
Okay, but let me ask you this. If you had to trade one or two players on that Denver lineup right now to get somebody that you know would greatly help you if, let's say, someone like Jamal was hurt next year or something like that again, who would you be looking at? If you take Michael Porter Jr., I get that. Take him off the table. Well, then who else would you be looking at? Aaron Gordon has to go. I'm sorry.
I'm about to say I would trade Aaron Gordon.
He has to be in there, and it's probably going to be him and someone else.
I don't even know the roster enough.
Well, I think that when it comes to the Nuggets right now, Nuggets roster. When you look at it right now, you have Jamal Murray, Jokic, Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. Bro, all right, hold the fuck up. Will Barton, Monte Morris, DeMarcus Cousins, these are players that can get traded. Austin Rivers, these are role players that can get traded.
But who wants them?
I think the problem is you're not going to get DeMarcus out of there. You're probably going to get Aaron Gordon, and you might get Monte Morris and Will Barton, but you'd have a better chance of throwing an MPJ, which, like you just said, is probably not going to happen.
I mean, nah. Barton was.
Wait a damn minute. They have four power forwards, being Jokic, Gordon, DeMarcus, and MPJ. They don't need four.
MPJ is a small forward.
Right, but he plays like a fucking power forward. I'm sorry.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
You're drunk. MPJ is a mid to long range player who likes to drive.
When I say power forward, I mean when it comes to the chance of him going outside to take a three or drive the lane, he drives more than he would shoot like a three ball or something like that.
But he shoots a lot of mid ranges. Most powerful. If you're saying a player plays like a power forward, I'm thinking they play like a big man with swag.
Okay, then that's where we were.
And a small forward is like your all around guy.
Drives and is more physical rather than we'll step back, take the shot. That's what I was.
Your front to middle to back player is usually a small forward. I feel like.
I mean,
like Andrew Wiggins, you put him at the three because he'll drive, he can shoot, and he can take mid ranges. DeMar DeRozan is more of a shooting. You put your weapon as a shooting guard, your scorer / dimer at the point guard, your all around guy at the three, your big man with finesse at the four, your big man that's a big man at the five.
All right, well, let me just do this real quick. I'm looking at free agents. I understand what you just said, and I agree 100%. I didn't want you to think that I didn't listen to that because I heard
free agent.
Free agency, I'm looking right now. There's some players that I think they could snag. and I think that it wouldn't be too much money. John Wall, Miles Bridges, Ricky Rubio, Colin
John
Sexton.
Wall is re-signing with Washington. I'm sorry to tell you, but John Wall is going back to Washington.
Jesse, I'm naming players. I'm naming different players that they could easily snag, and it wouldn't be too much money. Kyle Anderson. These are just people that I'm saying that are good role players that wouldn't be too much money. If they landed Ayton, if they landed like Zach LaVine.
Is Anderson?
Yeah.
At least name the ones that might go somewhere. Those guys aren't going anywhere.
Well, Kyle Anderson, at the same time, we don't know what he's going to do. What if he's not a fucking Grizzly next year, Jesse?
He will
then
be.
what?
But
then
he will. But he will. But he will.
Pay $5, he's not. Just for the fuck of it. Just for the fuck of it.
Wait, sorry, that's awkward.
Just for the fuck of it. All right. You were confident enough to where I feel like I wanted to make that bet. Also, final piece of news. The Lakers finally made a head coach decision. They decided that they were going to take the Bucks assistant coach and hire Darvin Ham to a 4-year deal to become their new head coach. LeBron has already tweeted saying that he's excited and ready to get to work. Jesse, how do you feel? I like it. I think it's a great move.
I feel like he got a phone call from LeBron, met up LeBron at his crib, and LeBron sat him down and made sure he remembered whose team it was at the end of the day and that he's just a face for a head coach. And now they've gotten things along, and we'll see where it goes from here.
I will say, when I looked at this man's face, the first thing I thought of was Tyronn Lue. I don't know why. He just gives me a vibe of like, you're not the head coach of this team. you are the assistant to LeBron. That's like I don't know why. That's just the first vibe that I saw. But I think at the end of the day, he's coached many years in the Bucks, and he knows how. Okay, would you say Giannis and LeBron are similar? I would 100% when it comes to their big man roles. Not very like close, but I'm saying in plays in terms of big man. If you were to build around LeBron and build around Giannis, I'm trying to. In terms of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I feel like he's already going to have a good mindset of how to coach and how their game plan should be with LeBron. LeBron already knows how to play good basketball. I actually feel like those two there's going to be a different style of play from the Lakers next year that will be better because we know that they have a lot of big men.
If AD can stay healthy for a full season.
Right. If AD can stay healthy for a fucking month. Let's not go to a season. Let's just start with months. Let's baby this shit down, bro. Facts. Let's just baby this shit down.
Is he even healthy today?
3 games.
He probably got a head cold right now.
5 games in a row. 8 games in a row. 11 games in a row. We'll go like that.
We'll go. Yes, we'll go in stretches.
You got to start small. I agree with Jesse. But that's all we got today for Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 2. Episode 36. Thank you guys for joining us on Memorial Day weekend. The next time we will talk to you will be Wednesday after Memorial Day weekend. So with that being said, make sure you guys are safe this weekend. Memorial Day is a wild holiday. Everyone likes getting out. Make sure you guys are safe on the roads. If you're going to drink, make sure you get absolutely hammered, but do not drive hammered because that is god-awful and only
illegal.
Don't drink and drive.
Enjoy Memorial Day for me, everybody.
Why?
Are you working?
I'm getting my ass folded like fucking laundry on a Sunday at Bubba's.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to go to Bubba's then. Yeah, I'm going to have to make your life work.
Memorial Day? Sunday?
Monday.
Oh.
If somebody comes
this
to
man
me in the back and says your roommate is at table 417 and he wants to say hi, I swear to fucking God. You better not order from me.
The menu.
You better not order from me.
Hey, hi, I'm ordering the menu.
I want everything on. I want
at least 2 of everything on this menu.
You see the left side?
Give him back the
all
menu
of
and
it.
say, this is what I want.
Yeah, like here. Everything that Jesse cooks on this menu, I want you to have him make it right now.
I want
whatever
5
section
of
he's
everything
in.
that Jesse
He will
cooks.
come out and pour it all over you.
And then I'll ask him. And then I'll ask him to make it all again.
He a punk. He gonna be like, can I get 20 wings, 5 in this sauce, 5 in this sauce, 3 in this sauce, 2 in this sauce, and the other 6 in this sauce with all 10 on the side.
Also,
can I get a half of
and the other half bone out?
50?
And then I need a pizza split in half.
Nah. I can't let that slide. I can't let Dylan say boneless and bone out wings. Nigga, huh?
Bone in and bone out.
You said boneless
Well-
and bone out.
Bone in and bone out.
You
Boneless
said
and bone out
boneless
is the
and
same
bone
thing.
out.
No, I said bone in and bone out. No.
Bone out.
I know what it's supposed to be, but that's probably not what actually happened.
No, I don't think that's what I said.
That's exactly
look.
what you said.
Look, man.
Doesn't lie. We'll figure it out. Regardless, we're done here.
Wait, no, stop. 1 second. Zach,
Wait, nigga, why are you sitting like that?
I need to
What?
apologize.
Spider-Man.
I need to
Spider-Man.
apologize to Zach.
Spider-Man.
Zach, I'm sorry. You made a comment earlier that sparked up a reaction that I kind of went full bananas off of. So I apologize, and I hope you have a great weekend, Zach. That's all I gotta say.
That's my nigga.
All right, Dylan, get us out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. You go right over here. Wait. Over there to Six Pack Coverage if you want any podcast, if you want to hear about absolutely anything in the entertainment world or the sports world, or you just want to hear something to get your mind off of the world for an hour. Go to Six Pack Coverage and they will have everything that you need, including us. I just want to say, I'm not trying to brag, but we kind of got a pretty good podcast on there. So go to Six Pack Coverage. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We will see you Saturday, like Tyler already said. McDilly, Tyco, Snoop Luke, Wander. Peace out. Have a great day.
Oh, also, Dylan, here's Kirk Cousins, ranked number 17 on Madden 23, 80 overall. There you go. Have a great weekend.
How the fuck is he 17?
Peace.